Hey guys, it's KJ48 and welcome back to my 7 Days Die Let's Play. This is Season 10.5, we're on Alpha 10.4, and this is Episode 7, and it is 2 o'clock in the morning on Day 6, and we're just sitting out here in our little crappy hut here, making some plans. I'm making some plans in my head for someplace better to live. But right now I'm going to go over what I've been doing during the night. I have organized my chests somewhat. This is going to be food and glass jars, which will be drink as well. Down here is going to be gun parts, ammo, and wood. I chopped down a few more trees before it, went nighttime. But yeah, so we got a bunch of wood there. Doing pretty good with that. Up here, I've got my iron and any other metals I have. I have a couple, like a little bit of lead, but that's in my inventory for a specific reason. Over here I have my healing items and tools and some other things. Not terribly organized, but somewhat organized. Right here I'm cooking up some tallow, which is all done. Let's go ahead and make that tallow into candles. There we go. Then we will put the tallow away. And we are going to go ahead and take apart some bullets here. So let's go ahead and take our 9mm bullets and... Whoa, listen to that. Hold on. Hold on. That might be a roaming horde. Sounds like a lot of zombies. Let's just take a listen. Just be quiet here. I'd prefer they just walk by me. It definitely sounds like a roaming horde. And it sounds like they're kind of stumbling upon my spikes, but it doesn't sound like they know where I am. Usually back in like Alpha, I think 8 or 8.5, when zombies would walk over your spikes, they would like attack your walls. It would kind of get them riled up, but that doesn't seem to be the case right now. All right, I think we're okay. Okay, so we need some bullet tips. We also need some casings, which I don't seem to have any casings. Oh, okay, before I forget, you guys have told me that over here in one of those Coronado-looking buildings, I do have a chest. So, thank you for letting me know about that. I'm gonna have to check that town out and see if I can get that chest back in the morning. I'm thinking there might be some bullet casings in the chest because I don't have any right here, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna go ahead and make some anyway. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna make molds for the bullet tips. And the casings. There we go. Not too hard. Now, it's really hard to get brass in this game. Anyone who's watching my Let's Plays knows how hard it is to get brass. So, we're going to go ahead and make some bullet casings here. But it's hard to get brass, and we're not going to have a ton of it. But we'll do what we can. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get some brass there. The next thing we're going to want to do is grab the iron, the lead ore, and I did want to take the lead ore and make it into ingots, and then I can turn the ingots into buckshot. And the reason I'm going to do that is because I have enough things here to make a shotgun. We got the shotgun barrel and the shotgun receiver. Now we're going to need some wood here. Yeah, I hear some more zombies walking by, but I'm not really concerned. So there's two more parts for the shotgun. There's the shotgun pump. You can find these out in the world, but I tend not to take them because they're just two wood planks. It's not really worth the inventory space. And the shot... these are all short. Pump shotgun stock. There we go. And the stock. Again, you can find the stocks out in the world, but if you ever find these, just throw them away. They're really not worth your inventory space because you can just make them, So, all right. Now let's put together our shotgun. Alright, looking good. Now, we do not have enough shotgun ammo to make this shotgun worth lugging around. So what we're going to do is we are going to go here and we are going to go to lead, ingot mold. Okay? So we're going to take that lead ingot mold. And we are going to wait for this to finish up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put the lead ingot mold in there, and we're going to dump all the lead we have into there. As a matter of fact, I should be able to break this up into more scrap lead so I can throw it in there all at once. And that's all the lead I have, huh? I have not been picking up a lot of lead, unfortunately. So we're not going to be able to make that much shotgun shells with it. But we will be able to make some shotgun shells. And what we're going to need is lead. Oh, you know what? I don't even have gunpowder. So, yeah, forget all this for now. This is for the future. I thought I could make it all now, but I can't. So let's just go ahead and dump everything in there. Shotgun goes in the other chest. The bullets can go in here. Candles can go in here. And we don't really need 2 melee weapons. Let's go ahead and repair the sledgehammer. It takes metal strips. 10 should be enough. Okay. Alright, let's get on it. Alright, let's head to the town, go up and get our stuff out of the chest. Now, I had some plans for this video where I was gonna I have to get ready to build my secondary house, which is going to be my main house for quite a while. My ultimate house is going to be in the hub city. I'm going to go down to one of those. I'm going to go up to one of those torn down buildings, and I'm going to basically kind of rebuild it. That's been my plan from the beginning, but I need somewhere to stay in the meantime. That little crappy hut I have is probably good enough, but I kind of wanted to build something else, and the Fun Pimps have said themselves that Alpha 11 will not be coming out till the end of February, at least. So I think we've got a lot of time here, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Alright, so let's clear out some zombies. You know what? I'm not even going to worry about the rest of these clowns. We should get that deer, though. Damn, I'm at a tree. Got him. Yeah! Oh, someone told me, actually a bunch of you told me a couple videos ago that when I was in the hub city, I grabbed some venison stew, and like an idiot, I kept it on my hotbar. Now, if you look at the smell ranges on meats, it has smell ranges for bags, belt, and bags and belt. So if you put it in your bag, it's gonna smell a lot less. And that was a real screw up on my part. Good pointed out, guys. You guys are on the ball. I definitely dropped the ball on that one. Thank God it didn't really matter, but still. Now, is this where I lived? I don't think it is. No, it's not. Because I definitely broke off the bottom ladder wherever I lived. So we gotta find this place. So yeah, I had a lot of plans. I also have to do some testing. Basically, for those of you who aren't aware, and some people asked who are noobs that still watch my videos. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of people that watch. Oh, I didn't bring any food or drink, did I? Well, that was stupid. Oh well. Anyway, you'd be surprised at how many new players watch my videos. Everyone's new at some point, so don't hold it against me that I'm trying to teach you new players. We got to teach you new players so they, know about the game. We're 7 Days to Die community here, and we're gonna teach the new up and coming players about the game, and that's never gonna change. And there are a lot of new players watching my videos. So, for those of you new players that don't know, wait, I just heard a, there we go. Damn, whatever, man. Now you're gonna get the sledgehammer. You shouldn't have made me run, piggy. That's what you get. Anywho, for those of you new players who don't know, there's 3 types of building materials in this game. Now, there's a lot of different types of building materials, but there's, the old Minecraft building strategy where you just place down a block and that block is down and that's that. That's not the way it works in 7 Days to Die. In 7 Days to Die, there are blocks like that, but there's also blocks that you put down as frames. You saw me build that building I just did. That was the wooden frame building. And the reason those are preferable over other types of buildings is every time a zombie breaks through a layer, they have to break through the next layer. Like those wood buildings have I've already been in there. Those wood buildings have I don't know, 7 layers, not 7, 3 layers, 4 layers. So they have to break through the first, if you upgrade it all the way to metal stage, they have to break through the iron stage, then they have to break through the reinforced wood stage, then they have to break through the regular wood stage, and then finally they have to break through the frame. So that's 4 layers they have to break through. So anything that's upgraded in this game is definitely going to be stronger and protect you a lot better than stuff that's not upgradable, just for that fact. Now, there's 3 different kinds of building materials in this game. There's wood, then there's cobblestone, and then there's reinforced concrete. Now, they're supposed to go in that level, that order. Wood is the weakest, cobblestone's middle ground, and reinforced concrete is the strongest. Now, I've been told from some of my friends who are usually right about this that the cobblestone, which is the middle ground, is kind of broken at the moment, and if the zombies break through it once... Where is this building? Is this the place I stayed? Or was there another place? No, this is the place I stayed. Alright, well, we'll just have to keep searching around. Anyway, the cobblestone one, which is the middle ground, is actually weaker than the wood stage, because I was told that once the zombies break through the first stage of the cobblestone, that... I already checked that building. I'm getting turned around in here. Anyway, they said once you break through that... Maybe I went in the back door of this building. Anyway, they said once you break through that first stage of the cobblestone wall comes down, and that's that. There's no stages, which makes it weak. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. Like I said, this is just some friends told me. I didn't do any tests. So what I wanted to do was... This has got to be where I stayed, because I broke through all the grass. Wait. Yeah, I mowed all this grass. This is where I stayed the first night? It can't be, because there's doors up. How the hell would I have gotten in? This is weird. I think I'm going to break in here anyway. Because look at the grass. Untouched. Yeah, I definitely didn't stay here. Huh. Alright. Interesting. So anyway, the cobblestone, I'm being told, is broken and doesn't really protect you as much as it should. And I'm gonna have to do some tests. And if that is the case, then I am not going to use it. Maybe I was on that other place. I only see 2 Coronado type buildings in here. Am I missing something? There's that Coronado type building. I know I didn't stay there. And then there's this Coronado building, but. On this Coronado building, the bottom ladder wasn't broken out. Maybe I didn't have enough time to break it out. Maybe this was where I stayed the first night. You know, I probably didn't have enough time to break it out. And it looks like I dug up some dirt over here, maybe. Yeah, let's check it out. I'm pretty sure this is where I stayed the first night. Yep, this is where I stayed. Okay, well, my bad. Stop! Hammer time! Oh, you hit me, you jerk. How dare you, sir? Tungsten is crap. There it is. What do we got up here? We got some brass, some animal fat. Oh, this is a good find. We got eggs. Okay. Thank you very much, guys, for letting me know that. Did I leave anything else up here in anything different? Any different spots? Nope. It don't look like it. Now I'm gonna have to eat. Whenever your hunger is that low, it stunts your ability to get wellness. So I'm gonna have to go home and eat. So let's do that now. I can't believe I left the house without eating something. I'm probably gonna have to cook some stuff too. I'll show you how to make bacon and eggs. I'm pretty sure I showed you how to make bacon and eggs already, but you know, maybe you didn't see that video. I'll show you again. So yeah, the cobblestone. It says it's, you know, weak. I'm gonna have to definitely go digging out some areas. Unfortunately, I didn't find an auger. I'm gonna have to be doing some mining. Maybe I'll do a time lapse. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I think I'll go home, I'll eat, and then I'll set up a time lapse at the That's good. That's good. We found potatoes, right? I think those are potatoes. And I'll set up a time lapse for some digging. I haven't done one in a while. All right, so let's go ahead and grab our pork. And we need the grill. Somehow you make bacon and eggs on a grill. I don't know how that works. I don't know how egg stays on a grill, but, you know, what are you going to do? Then you put the pork in and 2 eggs, and that's bacon and eggs. And cook. All right, I'm going to let that cook and pause the video here. I'll come back when it's all done. Okay, I'm back. I went out and got some Berkey bottled water. Yeah, no, bottled murky water. I went ahead and cooked it in some water, and I'm now cooking it into goldenrod tea. 4 should be plenty. I got my bacon and eggs. Now, while I was out here at the at the lake getting the bottled water, I noticed some cliff faces over here. So I checked them out, and this cliff face right here has a nice bunch of ores. So that's what I'm going to head to now. Let's get on over there. It's really nice and close too, which I really like. Alright, walk right by you, Chief. Let's grab some of these goldenrod flowers. No reason not to. Yep, see, check out these cliffs over here, man. These are pretty sweet. I've said it a million times. If you want ores, you don't go digging underground, you know, blindly. It doesn't make any sense. You know, you dig underground, you're just digging around hoping you stumble upon some ores. What you want to do is find the cliff faces and scout them out until you find the ore sticking out of the cliff faces. I guarantee you're going to find someone, or you're going to find some sometime. It's not that hard. I always find them, so you can too. Yeah, this is looking good. So we got one right here, but I've also got one over here, which is even better. Oh boy, let's take care of you. Man, I was stunned for like an hour. Oh, brass, that's what I'm talking about. Lots of brass. Man, you're fast, dude. How'd you get so fast? You're a freaking zombie. Alright, got some cleaning up to do here, I notice. What? There he goes. I was gonna say. Got that deer. There we go. We will leave the meat in our bag and not put it on our hotbar like an idiot. What's up, tons of fun? Okay. Man, this is gonna suck without an auger. Oh my goodness. I guess I should make some kind of building tower thing here, but I don't know, this is going to be pretty far away from the hub city, so... And the hub city is where I want to end up eventually. Okay. I don't think we're going to have too many problems with zombies, so let's do a time lapse. So, enjoy the time lapse, guys. Okay, and we're back. Man, I love that coffee and beer, man. It's so nice to be able to just mine at full stamina, like, continuously. You might be wondering why I'm ignoring the iron and the lead and that stuff. It's because I do need a lot of stone. So I gotta get some stone eventually. I really should just TNT it, but I don't know. Actually, it's a good point. I probably should come back with some TNT. The problem with TNT is it destroys these iron blocks and stuff a lot, and I don't really want to like lose the iron. So if I do TNT, it's gonna have to be away from that kind of stuff. Like over here, this is probably where I would TNT. Alright, so we need to head over to the hub city for some concrete blocks. So let's do that now. That's the next thing on our list, although it's pretty far away. I don't know. You know what? Probably don't have enough time. You know what? Let's explore this area in here, okay? And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna end up right around here, and what we're gonna do at that point is we're gonna scout out a place for our next building, which will be our home for a little bit of time while we work on our building in the hub city. The hub city is going to need a lot of reinforced concrete. I'm not going to mess with anything else. It's going to be seriously? Give me a break. It's going to be reinforced concrete in the hub city, and that's all it's going to be. I might mess around with wood, and depending on how... Actually, we should really do the cobblestone thing. Nah, I'll do that next video. Yeah, I need to do the cobblestone test to see how the cobblestone works. If it really doesn't break down in stages, if when you break it, it breaks out outright all at one time, then it's going to be useless, and I'm not going to use it. I will do that next video, though. I'll do a first thing next video. I'll collect everything in between videos. That way we don't have to waste any time. Alright. That's the last of our beer, which kind of stinks. Oh, we can't drink it because we're not thirsty. So, whatever. Anyway, we're gonna be out of beer, but we will be getting some coffee soon since we got the farm going. Oh my god, we got a long way to go. Let's get going. Just wondering if there's anything interesting in here. I do like to explore. I think it's pretty interesting. One thing that's kind of sucks is when you look at your map and there's like big chunks of the map that aren't even open yet, like especially when you live right next to them. There's no excuse for that. You should really check that stuff out. So, oh my god, look at this lake. Wow, man, this thing's huge. I guess we'll just swim right across it. Yeah, let's just swim right across it. I'm looking forward to some kind of heat and cold thing with this game. Some kind of, you know, if you get wet and cold, you could catch hypothermia and possibly die. I would like to have to worry about this kind of stuff. Like, I don't know if they're ever going to do it. I don't think they are. I've never heard them talk about it, but I'd like to see some kind of temperature in the game. I would like to see seasons, possibly snow, rain cycles, stuff like that. And I would like it to be like, you know, right now if it was 70 degrees out and I go swimming in the lake, it's not a big deal. But if I did end up doing that when it was maybe 30 degrees out, I would, you know, have to warm up quickly or catch hypothermia. And if the hypothermia doesn't get taken care of, you know, you're going to die. One thing about the zombie apocalypse, or any kind of apocalypse, any kind of system where you don't have hospitals to go to, is, you know, a fever could kill you, you know. I just got done having a fever, and I was ready to go to the hospital because, you know, it lasted for 4 days, and my temperature got up to 104 at one point. You know, back in the olden days, they would, you know, the fever would either break or it would kill you, you know. Now they'll give you antibiotics, and there's all different kinds of ways they can treat your fever, and it's great. But if you go back to a zombie apocalypse situation, you don't have those antibiotics. Although I guess there is antibiotics in this game, but you know what I mean. Actually, that'd be really cool. Maybe if you get hypothermia, or you know, you catch a fever, maybe you catch hypothermia. The next stage is the fever, and then if you don't get antibiotics within a few days, I mean, technically that could be the disease that you do catch in this game. When they first brought in infection into this game, they said you're going to catch an infection. It happens when you get hit by zombies. It doesn't happen in any other way, and then you're infected. And if you don't take antibiotics with a certain amount of time, you turn into a zombie and die. I had a friend tell me the other day that that's not what that is. That's just disease from not taking care of yourself. Now that doesn't sit with me because, you know, they called it an infection, and it only happens when you get hit by zombies. That's a zombie infection. But I would like to see that turned into some kind of disease thing. You know, you go swimming, you know, in a lake or whatever, and it's 30 degrees out. Next thing you know, you got a cold, and then you have a fever. And if you don't take care of that fever and it gets worse, there is a chance you can die. And you would need antibiotics to treat that, or you would die. Actually, I kind of like that idea. That's a really good idea. You know, in these survival games, it's all about survival, but it's not just survival against zombies, or if you're on a PvP server, other players. We're back in the dark ages here, people. You know, like there's no police to help you against bandits, and there's no hospitals to help you, when you get simple things like a fever. Sometimes you can get a cut, and not everyone's immune system's up to the task, and that cut gets infected, and, you either cut that limb off or you die, That's a real problem, or it was a real problem before hospitals, and medicine got to where it is now. And the zombie apocalypse, we're brought back to that. And I would like to see that brought into this game. I think that'd be pretty cool. Am I going the wrong way? Yes, I am. Okay. My timer just went off, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to scout out a spot. When I find one, I'm just going to stop the video and I'll run back off camera. It's not going to be anything interesting. It's going to be me running back. Yeah, see, this is a nice road. I could pretty much build wherever I want on this road. The reason I want to build in the middle of a road is because it's flat and it's just easy to build on, basically. When you build out in the wilderness, so my other building was, because the hills go up and down and stuff, your blocks aren't lined up properly, especially when you put down spikes. And this is going to be right next to the hub city. This is a good spot. I like it. I will build my building somewhere on this road, and I think that's going to work out just fine. All right, let me head back before it gets dark. All right, guys, so that's going to do it for episode 7. I'll see you next time for episode 8. Until then, take it easy.